10 years back, I went to my grandmother's village. It was quite cold during those days with heavy fog. Around 11 p.m, we were at our agriculture land for watering the crops plants, and we have 2 dogs who always used to go with us. We have a very small control room for operating the tube well. The room was really very small, like a washroom. We were carrying the pipe to the land area, and within 1 second my dog's behavior changed. He started growling and ran towards the control room. I thought it would be normal, but even after half an hour the dog didn't return, so I went to check. And it was really horrible and confusing. One dog was really happy and enjoying by continuously looking inside the control room, but the other dog was growling and he was in fear. He was ready to move from there. When I tried to catch my dogs, OMG, I can't forget that feeling ever in my life. I felt a strong jerk like someone passed through my body, like inside of my body, and the dog became normal. My whole body was shaking because of fear. After that, I really burnt a huge fire to overcome my fear. Second story. I have an 8-year-old, loving cross German Shepherd. In his younger days, there were many surprising behaviors that we would ignore, thinking he was just playful and wanting attention. But with many episodes, we have learned that he is always trying to warn and protect us from things and people we don't know or don't understand. Once my younger brother took my dog for a nighttime walk near an abandoned lake. My dog is usually excited about nighttime walks, but at some point he forced and stopped my brother and turned the way back home. My brother was confused, and when he looked around he said he saw something that was unexplainable and unbelievable. My dog, who can be easily aggressive, decided to turn and pull my brother in the opposite direction. Maybe he decided it was best to stay away. Always trust your fur buddies. He was always spot on with his judgment about people we met. Bad ones are clearly chased out, and he approved of the man I am happily married to today. Before starting the third story, please follow or subscribe us if you like our stories. Third story. This was more than 20 years ago. My dog would always sit still in a particular spot and intensely watch at the ceiling. One day, my dad said that morning, when everyone else was asleep, the dog was in his usual spot, watching the ceiling, and all of a sudden started whining and backing in fear. We all said he was seeing ghosts. The house was more than 100 years old after all. Some days went by, and one afternoon, I was in the living room with my niece, who was about 1-year-old. She was laying on the couch facing the ceiling, and at one point she started to smile and wave at it. I asked, "Who's there? Who are you waving at?" To which she replied, No, you guys." That was the word she used when she saw elderly people on the street. She called Nonny both my mum and dad, but she said no every time we saw some random old stranger while on our walks. Shivers. I then realized that my grandpa had a heart attack and passed away in that same house about 15 years before. So yes, dogs and kids can see things.
Always pay attention to your pet's reactions and make sure to subscribe or follow us.